Well, coming up soon here on Trevor Sports, join us for a live Q&A with myself, the voice of Trevor Sports and the creator. Come and talk to me and I'll give you my plans for this channel for the new year. However, for now, let's enjoy some Christmas Day Premier League action presented by Trevor Lynham. It's Match of the Day. Happy Christmas from all of us here on Trevor Sports. Welcome to a special festive edition of Match of the Day. What's festive about it? Why, it's the action, of course. Arsenal have been struggling this season in the Premier League and they host a Chelsea side that has been on the up in recent times. An absolutely fantastic game with tons of action.
I think unless they can find a way through before half time, it could be difficult, but here's Lacazette with a big chance. Lacazette! Oh, how unlucky is that?
The big one on this channel, the Trevor Sports derby between Leeds and Burnley. It's our commentators going against it, but thankfully we've got a neutral in the venue for an important game at Ellen Road. It's a run down into the channel. Stuart Dallas uses him by not using him by playing in click. Passing again, Bamford back to goal. Shooting just wide. Plus, as always, we'll have all the action from all this week's Premier League games. We start today though with the game at the Emirates. Arsenal this season have been slightly struggling despite forced dawns of a recovery under Mikel Arteta and winning a lot last season. They haven't quite been the side that everyone thought they would kick on with. Aubameyang, since signing his contract, hasn't really scoring the goals, and Arsenal have had some fantastic defeats in recent times. But as opposed to Chelsea have been on a fantastic run of form at the moment and look to be all set up for a brilliant game. Thankfully, eating his turkey a little later than always and there for the lunchtime kickoff was Trevor Motson.
Welcome to the Emirates Stadium. Season's greetings from me, Motti, as we see the teams come out, and we're going to bring you here on Boxing Day Match of the Day, a real Boxing Day Christmas London derby bonanza and extravaganza, we hope, as two teams with contrasting fortunes take to the field. On one hand, you've got Arsenal, who are struggling in the wrong end of the table with 13th place, with only 17-18 points to their name. Two players and under fire from their supporters and an under fire manager. Well, you've got Chelsea who are in fourth, looking to put pressure on the bottom at the top three, and showed some great comeback spirit to come from 2-0 down to beat West Ham just before Christmas. It's a big game for some of these Arsenal players who really haven't performed to the levels their supporters have liked. If you go by their club channels and fan club channels, the likes of Xhaka, Bellerin and Aubameyang could do with some big games. Back five today, Tierney, Socrates, Gabriel and Bellerin will have to be on their mettle against the Chelsea side who we'll look at just now. Here we go. We've got a front four to die for there. Pulisic, Werner, Ziyech and Abbott. And Antonio Rudiger comes in to partner Thiago Silva in defence. Mendy keeps his place in goal. So we've played nearly 2 minutes and Ziyech with a free kick here for Chelsea. Deep one in there towards the penalty area. Werner was there. And here's Pulisic with a friendly shot and a great save by Leno. He had to leap up like a salmon to get that one away. Chelsea with the first blow here, headed only half away by Socrates, and in the end it nearly cost Arsenal there, and Bellerin doing the rest with the clearance, but that's a great save from Leno. Havertz for Chelsea, 4 minutes gone, they're up again, and that's a good ball in there, but they're headed away. Now Partey takes possession, and Kante's there too. And Lacazette's got the possession now. Real opportunity here for Arsenal to really stretch Chelsea here, 2 against 2, but Willian just dawdles on the ball and then gives it straight to Kai Havertz. That was an elementary mistake there from the former Chelsea man. Kante to Azpilicueta. Ziyech and Werner. Timo Werner! Easy one there for the goalkeeper. Well, Werner there didn't hit it as true as he would have liked, actually. And it was an easy save in the end for Leno. Probably more easier than what he was expecting in the first place. Mendy. Arsenal 0, Chelsea 0, coming up to 8 minutes of the first half played, and it's Chelsea again. They're off again with Azpilicueta. In towards Werner, good header. Oh! Well, maybe the goalkeeper there was a little bit over theatric there with the save. Maybe he should have stood still and then just caught the ball because it was at a catchable height for him. Maybe one for the cameras there from Leno. He would have taken Werner a lot to score from that sort of range with a header. Havertz. Pulisic. Chelsea playing some lovely intricate play, and oh, that deserved a goal, but for Bernd Leno again. And then what are Arsenal doing here? They're just, well, it's like hot potato in that penalty area. Who wants it? And in the end, Bellerin gets it and clears it. But let's have a look at this save from Leno again. And admire the build-up play of Chelsea. It was absolutely superb. Great shot from Werner, only matched by a big right hand from the Arsenal goalkeeper. Bellerin. Willian. Tierney has read that well. Away from Ziyech as well. Lacazette. Aubameyang. Here's Thomas Partey. Rare start for him today under Arteta. Willian, good back flick, and the shot there from Aubameyang gets a huge deflection off Antonio Rudiger, and Arsenal win their first quarter of the game. Really good play there from Chelsea, or from Arsenal rather. It was good play from Chelsea because Rudiger got the block in, but Arsenal showing why they can be a class act on any given day. No, then Granit Xhaka, what a game he needs to have today to really win back the fans' faith in him. Here it comes in there towards Willian, who got the header in. And the Leeds will keep it alive. Another ex-Chelsea player. Aubameyang shot, a great save! A great save there by Mendy. And the Chelsea goalkeepers now had to work. So both keepers called into action as Rudiger should clear it away and does, and finds Thiago Silva alongside it. Here's the corner again. Xhaka, that's a better corner. Best we've seen him in so far. Leno Luiz knocks the ball back, and Aubameyang with a fantastic effort and matched superbly by Mendy, albeit at a very good height for the goalkeeper. Halfway through the first half, Arsenal just about sneaking into this a bit more now, which is encouraging signs for them. Tierney. Boxed in by 2 Chelsea players. One of them was Kante. He did really well. This is Ziyech. Oh, that's a nice ball now. That could split the Arsenal back 5. Werner holds it up. Brings Azpilicueta. There's 3 in boy waiting in the middle. One is Pulisic. And that's a great save. Look to be dipping in there from Pulisic. But Leno rose up like a gazelle and flicked it over the crossbar. Worth another look from behind the goal. Look, it's looping in there, and the goalkeeper makes a magnificent save. But it's a Chelsea corner. They're not done yet. Nearly 25 minutes gone at the Emirates, and it's been a terrific game. But how long can this stay goalless for? That's a good ball in there, and knocked away once more. Kovacic will return it with compliments, I'm sure. It's in there towards Ziyech, who can hit a good shot. We've seen him do it before, and he hit it, done it again, and Leno makes another magnificent save. Well, both goalkeepers are earning their money today. More so Bernd Leno here. Another brilliant big right hand, and Ziyech's shot was a venomous one, and what a save that was. Havertz, and that's a good ball into Werner, but he couldn't turn Luiz that time. But here's Ziyech again, and Havertz again. Chilwell offers a bit of support on the left. Chilwell now cuts inside. Finds Kovacic. Might line up the shot now. Havertz plays a nice little flick in there, and Werner goes down, and the referee says penalty. Mike Dean, the referee, says penalty. And it's against Granit Xhaka, I think, and that's not going to go down too well with some Arsenal supporters, because that looked a clear and obvious penalty. Mike Dean was right. That looked a penalty from the first angle. Yep. And he was on the line. And under the rules of the game, that's a penalty. And Granit Xhaka, well, he might have cost Arsenal again. And Ziyech has the chance to put Chelsea ahead on the half-hour mark. And he saved it! Leno has got Xhaka out of a big hole there! Another big save, this time with the left hand. Ziyech did everything right, but Leno looked like a gazelle to save it, but Chelsea are still in there. Pulisic can't get in there. And Arsenal, it's all hands on pump for them, but this is the save again. Ziyech he hit it well, but Leno leapt well. And you see it again to full effect from inside the goal. Well, Arsenal, how many guys have they had already in this first 36 minutes? They've had more than a lot of 9 lives. If this was a boxing match now, I think the referee would have stopped it by now, but it's not boxing, it's football, and the game lasts for 90 minutes. But here comes Chelsea, again with Timo Werner. Luiz is across, and this time that was better defending. That was showing Xhaka how to defend properly, but Arsenal again playing hot potato in their own penalty area. It's going to cost them now because Werner has punished them for it. That was ridiculous for Arsenal. Poor defending. The first rule in the game, you put your foot through it and clear it. And Arsenal played hot potato again in their defence. What were they doing? Luiz started it there and then gives it to Ziyech, and then Werner clearly onside because Luiz is back in his 6-yard area. And Leno must be tearing his hair out. All that great saves that have gone before him, including the penalty save, all undone by 2 pieces of madness from the Arsenal defence. Chelsea, in fairness, deserve their lead, and Werner gives them that lead, 1-0. The Arsenal fans clearly not happy at the moment. I can see fans around me absolutely disgruntled, and they're not happy. And Arteta is a worried man, I can see down on that bench. You won't see it on camera, of course, but off camera he looks a worried man as Chelsea comes charming forward again, and it's Werner. Oh, it hit the post. It could have been even more calamitous for Arsenal there. No chance in the world that Leno was getting there, and he was saved by his right-hand post. Lovely turn again, and a coat of paint away with Chelsea to making it 2. Last minute to normal time at the end of the first half. It's been a half to forget so far for Arsenal. Well, apart from that one chance for Aubameyang, really, or a couple of sides from Aubameyang, have offered very little in this first half. And I think unless they can find a way through before half time, it could be difficult. But here's Lacazette with a big chance. Lacazette! Oh, how unlucky is that? It hit the inside of the post and bounced away. And when you're at the wrong end of the table, these do not go in, and that deserved better than what it got. How unlucky can you get? Oh, unbelievable. Well, we've had nearly a minute into the second half, and Chelsea are on the attack again, attacking the clock end to my right, and Werner goes down again. My team says no, get up, play on. I think he went down a little easy there, the German. Anyway, Willian now has possession for Arsenal. How they need a big second half from people like Bellerin, who are so much under fire from Arsenal supporters. A lot of them I spoke to before the game said he shouldn't even be in the side, but here he is now crossing it in there towards Aubameyang. And Mendy is in a bit of indecision, and the shot from Lacazette just wide of the post. Mendy was a bit indecisive here. Good running this from Bellerin, the first good thing I've seen him do in the game. Little flick on, and Mendy, well, he nearly lost his bearings and nearly lost his clean sheet with it. Lacazette's so unlucky again. Oh, you can't take your eyes off this. I said at the start, this could be a Boxing Day London Derby bonanza, and we've not been disappointed so far. If you're neutral, you're enjoying this. And here's Kai Havertz to make it 2 potentially, and the shot goes over the top. It might have got a deflection off the defender. Better see this again just to double check, but again Chelsea playing their natural style of game at the moment, and I think it did get a deflection off Gabriel. It did. It's a corner. Here comes the goal now for Arsenal. How badly they need a goal now, 6 minutes into the second half. Tierney, one of their better players, but a lovely crossing there, but again well dealt with Thiago Silva. Now Partey. Oh, good effort and a great save. That is a storming save there by Mendy. And this is the sort of goalkeeper that's kept Arisa Balaga at the side. Because Partey's hit this true. He's gone to his left and he's got it away. Brilliant goalkeeping. Louise. Approaching the 10-minute mark of the second half. And it's still 1-0 to Chelsea. That goal from Werner after a mistake by David Luiz playing hot potato inside his own penalty area. Bellerin's found Willian now. This is better from Arsenal. They're looking a lot more livelier. Looking a bit more of a threat. Willian, how he'd love to put one on his old club now and prove some of the doubters wrong. Here's Aubameyang again. Good ball in there. Lacazette. Will it be third time lucky? Oh, it nearly was off the bar. Aubameyang! 1-1! Arsenal get the stroke of luck they so badly needed. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who really has been under fire this last few weeks here at the Emirates, has done it again. He scored against Everton before the Christmas break, and he's come back a refreshed man today. And Arsenal, it looked as if luck was out here when Lacazette struck the shot. He hits running at Mendy out of his ground, but who's the first to react there? No Chelsea defender there, but Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He was Johnny on the spot. He sets up the chance there for Lacazette, and watch the defender get the touch there, which takes it away from Mendy. It comes off the bar, and Thiago Silva was very slow, but Aubameyang quick off the mark and quick with a somersault. 1-1, game on here at the Emirates Stadium, and Arsenal have really deserved that because they've dominated certainly for the last 5 or 6 minutes, and they've been gifted position back again. And here's Lacazette. Will it be fourth time lucky? Charged away. Ryan! He scored! He scored against the old club! Oh, what a turnaround here at the Emirates! Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1, and it's all a bundle of joy here now. No toxic atmosphere in sight now. Oh my days, what a turnabout! 2 goals in a minute, and Arsenal, who looked dead and buried at one stage when Chelsea were having shot after shot after shot, well, they gave away possession. Antonio Rudiger gave it away. Willian got possession. Lacazette's shot was blocked, and what a goal that is by Willian. That's the way to put one on your holding players. Lacazette, fourth time unlucky, but it found very fortunate for William, but he still needed to strike it well, and strike it well he did. Arsenal are in front for the first time, 2-1. Well, it's up to you. Well, it's down. Well, Arsenal have sent a question and a message to Frank Lampard's side. What have you got left? Well, here's Ziyech playing in Kai Havertz now. Can they force an equaliser here? Ziyech again. Pulisic. Oh, it's got it! It's 2-2! And what a superb London derby this is turning out to be! Christian Pulisic! Oh, that's a fine goal! And Chelsea have answered Arsenal's question in the best possible way! Oh my goodness! Havertz takes a lot of the credit. Nice turn, nice flick. Ziyech again. He's been impressive again today. And Pulisic, this is what he's capable of. That was a finish that was second to none. It's Arsenal 2, Chelsea 2, and we've still got a quarter of an hour of this epic to go. It's game on here at the Emirates. 2-2! And what a thriller it has been. 74 minutes. That equaliser. Konashniak has come on. Bakira and Tierney. And Cedric has replaced Bellerin. And a couple of defensive alterations then. Alonso has replaced Ben Chilwell for Chelsea. So 3 substitutions, 2 for Arsenal, 1 for Chelsea. And it's Chelsea now going forward with Ziyech. Cross gets a bit of deflection. And Luis Robert acrobatically throws it away. But they've lost position again. Azpilicueta to Ziyech. Pulisic now has space and Ziyech has gone down. Referee Mike Dean says free kick, although I must admit Chelsea had got into a shooting position there. I felt Mike Dean could have gone on there. Socrates is the man being spoken to here. Now what have Chelsea got up their sleeve? This is the replay of the incident. Yes, he's took him from behind, there's no doubt about that, but I think the referee could have shown a bit of discretion and played an advantage. But anyway, Ziyech has got a free shot at goal. Asperqueta's on the scene, but it's going to be Ziyech with a left foot! And it's a brilliant free kick, but it's an even brilliant save from Burnley. Chelsea so close to going in front for the second time this afternoon. But it was at a good height, in fairness, for the goalkeeper, who, in fairness to him, watched it all the way. Very good piece of goalkeeping. 13 to play, and there's no end to the drama here. Kanashniak, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Willian, and look at the space for Cedric on the far side here. No, what about his crossing? It's a not a bad one, nearly found Lacazette. Kovacic gets it away for Chelsea. Ziyech again. Havertz. 12 minutes left for one of these two sides to find a winning goal. Werner has possession. Pulisic is in there too, over on the left-hand side, up against Cedric, and he's beaten him not once but twice, and then he fouls in there, Cedric. Free kick to Chelsea. David Luiz protested his innocence, but Mike Dean says, no way, that's a foul, son. It's a free kick to Chelsea, he says. Yeah, clips him from behind there. There was a clash there coming together, but referee Mike Dean decides to give it in favour of the attacker. Ziyech again to take the free kick. Mount has come on for Havertz. As Chelsea look for that clinching third goal. Up towards Pulisic. Oh, and a great save on the line by Bert Leno. He's had a magnificent game, the Arsenal goalkeeper. There's no doubt about this, and this is one of the best saves he's pulled off. It was going in for sure, and he's backpedaling every single step of the way, but still manages to claw the ball out from underneath his crossbar. Unbelievable save. Well, we've had 80 minutes of real attacking thrills and spells here to liven up a very grey and cold Boxing Day, and there's still 9 minutes of this thriller to go here at the Emirates, and what a privilege it has been here to be at the Emirates for Travis Sports this afternoon. It's been an enjoyable experience, and as a neutral it's been brilliant. Aubameyang! And that is a brilliant save! That is a brilliant save by Mendy. That could easily be one of the saves of the match, because that looked 3-2 all the way here. Look at that, hits it first time, and look at that, he's also backpedaling as well, the Chelsea keeper. That's a brilliant save. 3 to go, 3 minutes left to go. Can Chelsea steal it? Werner's up against 5 Arsenal defenders, but he's found Ziyech in support. That's not a good ball, I'm afraid. And Cedric has got the possession. And here's Willian. And Lacazette's onside! Lacazette! Deflection, and it moves up in the air and almost goes in! Oh, Lacazette's luck's not in. Lacazette's luck's not in. Oh. Well, we had to pause for a second to see if that was going to creep in there. It comes off Kante, and look at the goalkeeper. He doesn't know where it is either. And oh, he's had 5 opportunities, Lacazette. He's been unlucky, you have to say, on every occasion. But it's a corner, and Arsenal can still pinch it now as we come up towards the 89th minute of the game. Here comes the corner, and it goes there towards Brighton! And that was the chance of a lifetime for the former Chelsea man to really put his team, or send his whole team to defeat. We're into 4 minutes at the end of what's been a dramatic game here. Ziyech, we promised you thrills and spells and a bonanza and an extravaganza. We've certainly had that, no doubt about it. Mason Mount now. Ziyech! Why? Side heading. And that, I fear, might be the last chance for either side now to win the game. It looks as if, by my reckoning, it might be doubles you devils at a point apiece as the ball whizzes into the side net of Ziyech. And indeed, that is the final whistle. What a game. Werner putting Chelsea ahead after 38. Then Aubameyang and Willian with 2 goals in a minute on 57 and 58. Pulisic with the equaliser 15 minutes from the end. And a great game of attacking thrills, spills and everything else. It was everything in it. What a game. It's finished here in a pulsating London derby. Arsenal 2, Chelsea 2.
Well, absolutely fantastic game that was. 20 minutes of nothing but shots at goal. More of the same, please. Note to every Premier League player, that was fantastic. Now the big one, the Trevor Sports Derby. For those of you that may not know, and you may have heard the tones and comments from both these men, we've got two big Burnley fans on the Trevor Sports commentary team. That's Trevor Motson and Trevor Tilsley. Both a bit of a mad claret, that must be said. But they're taking on Leeds United today, Burnley. And Leeds, we know their biggest fan, of course. That's right, it's Trevor Gubber. Don't discount his Leeds loyalty. It was a pulsating game, so we need somebody neutral, somebody that could call it as it is. Somebody that wasn't completely sleep deprived at the moment. Trevor Davis is your match commentator. Football on Christmas Day. Nothing quite beat it. And here at Trevor Sports is perhaps the biggest game of the season for us. Of course, it's Messrs Gubber versus Messrs Motson and Tilsley. And it has been quite rightly renamed the Trevor Sports Derby. This afternoon on a bitterly cold afternoon at Ellen Road. Burnley know that for them this is a pivotal moment in their season as they continue their recovery from their rather lacklustre start. Leeds have been the surprise package of this season, playing some delightful football and find themselves in the hunting pack. Bielsa today goes with his preferred formation, one change made. Luke Ayling comes in at right back and Stuart Dallas slots in on the right. Rafinha and Rodrigo will play in attacking midfielders, most likely flanked by Harrison and Matthias Klick. Burnley today with Sean Dyche goes with his 4-4-2 formation. Dwight McNeil and Robbie Brady will likely be given licence to go forwards. Could be an important day for Nick Pope. Here is Luke Ayling, early ball forwards. Low to Tarkowski. Going long towards Chris Woods, who takes it down very well. Jack Cork. Good strength shown by here's Woods. Clever pass out wide to Robbie Brady. He's got to come on the left foot. Puts it in for Chris Woods. And an early goal for Burnley. Well, that has stunned Ellen Road. 3 minutes gone and Burnley have struck gold in the heart of Yorkshire. The Lancastrians take the lead, and it was Chris Wood's great work in holding the ball up. Robbie Brady putting the ball back in. Where was Liam Cooper marking Chris Woods? And the former Leeds United striker scored for his current side. And in an early impetus, it is the Carrots and Blue that lead the Whites. Long ball, Liam Cooper snuffs it out. Since Burnley have gone ahead, it's been all Leeds United thus far. Rafinha, Rodrigo. Rafinha makes a run down into the channel. Stuart Dallas uses him by not using him by playing in Klick. Passing again, Bamford, back to goal. Shooting, just wide. Great build-up play by Leeds United and good movement. The attacking midfielders in that almost front five in the end when they move forwards, and then the wing-back supporting. Bamford was unlucky on that one. Just past Pope, nearly the equaliser. Charlie Taylor. Diagonal ball for Woods. Liam Cooper is there this time. Rodrigo. Here's Klick. Harrison. Klick again. Rafinha. Lovely little layup pass into Bamford. Better of an opportunity for Bamford, who was fouled. And Rafinha will wait. And Leeds United will have a free kick about 19-20 yards from goal. Ashley Westwood with the foul. Matthias Klick into the wall, and there's Wood against his former sides. On the counter-attack is Barnes. It's 2 versus 3 at the moment. And if Dwight McNeil had seen the pass quicker, out on the left flank on the far side was Robbie Brady. Here's Jack Harrison. Into Click. Back to Harrison again. Here is Woods. Burnley regain possession. Tarkowski. Cooper looking more comfortable dealing with the long ball today. The Rafinha to Rodrigo. Jack Harrison. Good block by Tarkowski. Click. Alioski. Up against Lowton. Crosses towards Rafinha. Harrison. Rodrigo. Good save. Easy one in the end for Nick Pope, who's got to get it away. Jack Harrison back there defending and helping out his side. Here's Alioski again. Click. Rafinha. Bamford. Great pass through. Bamford is through. If Alioski can find him. Goes in. Bamford! Oh, it has been a Leeds United onslaught at the moment on Nick Pope's goal. Alioski here getting the pass in. Perhaps the early ball in was the right option. And Bamford went to the spectacular. Woods. Oh, here's Barnes! And a good interception by Ayling. Ayling did really well. Jack Harrison to bring it away. Pass to Bamford. Needs support. It's arriving in Rafinha. Bamford's pass is cut out by Dwight McNeil. James Tarkowski goes long. Cooper. Rafinha looking for the Hollywood pass. 3 Burnley defenders around clear. Here is Dwight McNeil. Charlie Taylor. Referee tried to play the advantage after Wood was caught by Alioski. And he could play it no more, and this is why. Just seemed to trip Woods when Phillips did win possession. See why the decision was given. Robbie Brady to take the free kick. Oh, it's not the best clearance. Jack Cork! Off the post, in by Wood, 2-0! Oh, this is quite unbelievable. Burnley lead 2-0. And then there's the old sucker punch. But Leeds United did not deal with less clearance. Here was the ball in. Now, it looks to me as if Rafinha completely missed the header. When it ricocheted off the Pope, nothing the goalkeeper could do. Meslier here was well beaten by this effort, but Cooper was caught napping, and Chris Wood doubles his advantage against his old sides. Here's Cooper. The game itself sort of suits Burnley now because Leeds United will invite pressure and allows Burnley to play on the counter-attack. So far, Sean Dyche has got this one spot on against Bielsa. On ball looking for Bamford, that won't be dealt with. Back to Harrison. Option out wide. Alioski is the outlet. Here's Click. Alioski again. And Westwood is there and won't clear. Click. Harrison! 2-1! Well, no doubt about it, Leeds United thoroughly deserve that. At long last, they get a bit of luck, and Jack Harrison is there to finish. Alioski's ball in, it was deflected away. It wasn't a good clearance by Westwood, it was robbed of possession by Bamford, and when it came back to Harrison, had eyes for one area of the goal where if he hit it hard enough and true enough, Pope would be struggling. The turn was delightful, the finish was thunderous. So is the noise at Ellen Road. Leeds are back. Okay, anything? Rafinha. Here's Barnes. Wood. Leeds tried to pass it away. Foul has been given. 29-year-old New Zealander with 2 goals today. Phillips long into the box. Bamford's not going to worry Pope. Not been his day, Patrick Bamford, thus far. That's the second spectacular effort. It's more speculative. On Ashley Westwood trying to win possession back. Ben Mee. Cooper looking more assured on the long ball, it has to be said. Here's Harrison. And now Alioski. Stuart Dallas is forwards. Rodrigo. Click. Foul goes in Leeds United's favour. You can see from here, yeah, Robbie Brady did barge into Matthias Click, so that's a fair decision. Wonderful atmosphere, I think. If Leeds were to go level at this point in the match, the atmosphere would be brilliant in the second half. Here's Rodrigo. And they nearly went level. Lowton across to clear. Tarkowski. Brady. Woods. Barnes is in acres of space. Ashley Westwood moving forward. Dwight McNeil here on the near side. Burnley tried to force a counter-attack. Stuart Dallas with I think, a bit of a tactical foul. And will be spoken to by our match referee. And on this occasion, it's nothing more than a stern turning off. Very much knew exactly what he was doing. Rafinha into Alioski. Pass across to Rafinha. Harrison. Click. Looking for Dallas. Perhaps a measured pass across goal as opposed to the spectacular may have been what was required, but it was a great pass by Click. Dallas was played in, he'd got it inside of Charlie Taylor. It was goal side but couldn't take advantage. Vidra is on, here he is. Oh. Outright to Brady, who's got a bit of space. And puts it in. And it was nearly the hat-trick from Woods, but the poster then, Meslier denied him. Rodrigo. Rafinha. Beat everybody but Lowton. Aims for Rosed and finds Alioski. All the way back from left back. 3 in the area to aim for. One of them's Bamford! This time it sails over the bar. Aston from a poor clearance. Alioski had all the time in the world to swing in a dangerous cross. He did just that. Getting ahead of Ben Mee was Patrick Bamford, but he could not direct the header downwards. Goes long again. Liam Cooper is across. Leeds United captain. Here's Click. Harrison. Rafinha. Rodrigo. Still good football from Leeds. They've got to try and find a moment to unlock the door and take their chance. That's what's held them back thus far. Click. Harrison. Rodrigo. It was deflected. And the offside flag has gone against Click for the deflected strike. Correct decision. Was offside during the moment of impact. Alioski again. Harrison wanted the pass inside. He may still get it. And he's got it now. Oh, Rodrigo! Good save by Big Pope. It'll come to Rafinha. Quick feet. And again! Oh! By an instant, Leeds United nearly forced the equaliser. A good save, it has to be said here, by Nick Pope. And then great work by Rafinha to beat Charlie Taylor. And Dwight McNeil just couldn't get it round the post. That was great football by the young man. Click again. Just trying to find that path through. Trying to break down this Burnley defiance. And Rafinha's looked lively and he's kept going. And that's a fantastic bit of defending by Jack Court. Alioski will get possession back. Westwards. Click steals the ball. Harrison. Alioski. Oh, it might fall to Rafinha! And the referee has given the foul against the Leeds United forwards. And this is it. Seems to almost push into Charlie Taylor. Time is added on. Can't imagine more than maybe a couple of minutes based on what we've seen in this half. If Leeds are going to get anything, they've got to get it now. Rodrigo. And a free kick with a minute to go. Bamford takes it quickly. Strupp tries to put the cross in. And that's a foul given against him. And that could be the end of Leeds United's challenge. Well, in my opinion, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Oh, final change for Leeds. 30 seconds, although, to find that equaliser. Rafinha. Pablo Hernandez. Bamford. Referee allowing play to go on. How much longer though? Strupp. Pablo Hernandez again. Click. Strupp keep it in. He can't. And it is a famous win for Burnley in the Trevor Sports Derby. It means everything to them. They have come to Ellen Road and they have won. Leeds United have been beaten. It's not quite the Christmas present they were hoping for. Burnley, look at that, in terms of stats, miles behind Leeds United, apart from where it counts, the goals. Full time at Ellen Road on a Christmas Day shock. Leeds United 1, Burnley 2. In the end, a fabulous win for Burnley. A brilliant away win for them. It moves them up the table as Leeds United halted their brilliant run of form this season. But as Bielsa has said at the end of the full time, they're halfway to Premier League survival. 40 points is generally all that's required to survive yourself in the Premier League. Well, now it's time for a wrap up of all the other games that have been played today, and of course they're brought to you by Trevor Sinstadt. Leicester City and Manchester United was the biggest game in the Christmas Day Premier League playlist, but in the end it was settled by a surprising late flurry from Leicester City. Had most of the early running, unlucky there hitting the post. Manchester United were able to play on the counter-attack, a tactic which has suited them really well this season. Edison Cavani was through and denied, which was a fantastic save by Kasper Schmeichel. United were threatening from set pieces all afternoon, and in the end it was Mason Greenwood that got the big breakthrough, heading home Bruno Fernandes' corner and giving Manchester United the lead. But this afternoon at the King Power Stadium, Leicester City were inspired, and despite some fantastic efforts by Manchester United, they were able to get the luck they needed. Just showing here, Bruno Fernandes had an open goal, foot wide. Leicester continued to force chances in the end, and Jamie Vardy's effort going wide, you thought to themselves that the comeback had started just a bit too late. That wasn't necessarily to be the case. A punch away by Henderson was found by Harvey Barnes, who was hacked down by Juan Mata. The referee had no choice but to point to the spots. Henderson faced Vardy, and Vardy drew Leicester level in the last minute of 90. Stoppage time was announced. There was 4 minutes to go at Leicester City. Could there be the most improbable comeback? Well, there was. The corner was laced in the end. Wilfred Ndidi heading home. Mason Greenwood and Dean Henderson getting in each other's way. Leicester City winning the match in the 4th minute of time added on. A thunderous noise not heard since the Premier League trophy was lifted at the King Power Stadium, and Leicester City winners by 2-1. With United's slip-up, Manchester City knew that they needed to win to keep pace with Liverpool. But in the end, it was a poor day for Manchester City. Newcastle United thoroughly outplayed them. Something isn't quite right with Pep Guardiola's side, and they look rather lethargic in the terms of this contest. One player that wasn't, though, was Edison, who made save after save today. But in the end, he was on the losing side. Alan Saint-Maxime's getting up for the header, just wide of the post. In a game in which Newcastle United created everything and Manchester City just completely switched off. And this was the moment that sealed it. Joel Linton's fabulous chip right over Edison and Internet, a finish of real quality from the Newcastle United number 9. Something we've not said for a while. The Etihad lived up to its expectation. The second half was just as quiet. Callum Wilson getting on the end of a corner and heading home and putting Newcastle United 2-0 up. Their next game is against Liverpool. Could be a cracking match, that. As for Manchester City, they tried to create chances and get back into the game, but in the end, they just didn't quite have the quality on the day. Rodri's thunderous volley going wide of the post. And City tried to force themselves a chance back into the match, but in the end, just showed it wasn't going to be their day. Fernandinho's effort was saved. Bernardo Silva, lovely in shimmy and skill, but was that a penalty? As for it though, the chances continued to arise, and in the end, defender and goalkeeper denying. Dubravka delighted with that, as Newcastle United continued to survive wave after wave of pressure. But Manchester City's poor finishing showed Raheem Sterling missing a sitter there. City beaten 2-0 at home, great result for Steve Bruce's men, eased the pressure off him. For Pep Guardiola, they lose ground to Liverpool. With United and City both losing, Liverpool knew this was their big moment for them. But in this contest, Pep Guardiola, playing 3 games in a week, decided to make some changes. And it took a while for Liverpool to find that killer touch. Andy Robertson was the most lively player on the pitch, Sam Johnston denying him time after time again. Henderson's corner end was wonderfully headed by Jorginho Wijnaldum. Again, Johnston making a fantastic stave. And it looks like Sam Allardyce's West Bromwich Albion were going to pull off the impossible, especially when luck went this way. Andy Robertson through, electing go with his right foot and goalkeeper making the save. As the game went on, Liverpool forced chance after chance, and Andy Robertson missing this, you wondered, was this going to be their day? But with a clock behind them, Liverpool knew that it was just a matter of when and not if. And the chances continued to fly in. Elliott's effort just wide of the post, a cracking chance. In the second half, Liverpool continued to force the game on West Bromwich Albion. Diego Jota was through and fired uncharacteristically wide, a player that has been in fantastic form so far this season. But in the end, it was Jota that got the breakthrough for Liverpool, and it proved to be the only goal of the match, and a crucial one for them, because it's going to put them 4 points ahead of their rivals and give a real gap for the Merseyside men, looking to equal Manchester United's 20th league title. Liverpool winners by 1-0, but 4 points clear of the Premier League. Tottenham knew after a slip up between second and third and the draw between Chelsea and Arsenal, this was an opportunity for them to take full advantage. But luck wasn't one on their day. Harry Kane blocking Patricio's cross. It clashed off the woodwork and bounced just past the line. So was it going to be Tottenham's day, or were Wolverhampton Wanderers going to be able to get the result they required? Holberg's pass found Harry Kane. Steven Bergwijn's first touch was quite good. His third touch was brilliant to beat Sias, but in the end the finish was just wide of Patricio. Molineux has been an intimidating place this season for a lot of sides, but it was Tottenham that showed their counter-attacking abilities and credentials. Som through and another fine save there from Patricio. The pass itself by Harry Kane was to be admired. Tottenham continued to make chances, and Lucas Moura was able to poke the ball through to Song Yong-min. His effort was hit at the near post with power, pushed aside by the safe hands of Patricio. Matt Doherty was started the game for Tottenham Hotspur. The former Wolverhampton Wanderers man was in the side, and it was his pass that caused chaos, and Steven Bergwijn's volley ended up firing wide of the post. Tottenham continued to put the pressure on the opponents, but Harry Kane heading down at the far post, denied by Patricio, that had an inspired afternoon. Just when it looked like it wasn't to be the case, Tottenham were able to make the breakthrough. You know, they've got Gareth Bale on, their former prodigal son, back in the side, and he instigated and was able to provide the goal that eventually got Tottenham Hotspur all 3 points, finishing coolly at the near post. While he's not a regular starter on the Jose Mourinho's side, he does bring in real quality when he starts, and maybe many people feel as this season goes on, Bale could influence the Spurs side a heck of a lot more. And in the end, he was able to seal things in the end. Nice little run, a finish that dipped just below the goalkeeper at the moment of impact, and 2-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. Good win for Mourinho's men with a slip up with Chelsea. They've moved into a Champions League spot. They were winners at Molineux. At the bottom end of the table, West Ham United played Brighton Hove Albion in a relegation 6-pointer. We're only 15 games into the season. Ben Rama's early curling effort showed us a sign of a West Ham United side that were prepared to attack, and it showed. However, West Ham United's finishing boots were missing in the end, and were only able to win by the single goal. And a great taken goal it was there by Sebastian Haller. Left-footed volley gave the goalkeeper no chance at all, the goal which the London Stadium was delighted to see. Although it's not quite Upton Park yet. Ben Rama, signed from Brentford, should to be a lively signing for them and seemed to link up really well with Sebastian Haller, but it wasn't to be the case. Matthew Ryan in the Brighton goal had a very fine performance. Ben Rama again, and linking up, paid in Pablo Fornals, his header towards the far post, just missing Ryan, and just showing the bad luck. But there were chances for Brighton. Danny Welbeck was through after a mistake and should have scored. Fabianski berating his defenders for that. Trossard decided to pull a Ronaldinho, but in this case it was just over the bar. It was as close as Brighton got to forcing an equaliser. West Ham with a big 3 points for them, because it takes them out the relegation zone. Southampton travelled up to Craven Cottage to play Fulham, the other side that plays in Fulham. But it was Southampton that had the more of the game against the Cottagers, even though an early effort just had to be cleared away in the end by Hector and Areola. Fulham decided to make chances. Alexander Mitrovic perhaps made the best of them, but his effort was well savable by McCarthy, probably doing that just for the cameras. Theo Walcott's looked a different player since signing for his former side again, and it was his ball in that played in Shane Long and Danny Ings to find the goal again, ending his dry spell in front of goal. Southampton have been a well-organised side with some bad luck this season, and they turned it around in this game and got themselves off the mark, although the header here from Oriol Romeo perhaps needed a little bit more quality in the direction on the radar. Shane Long had a very good game in the end for Southampton, but Danny Ings showed his poacher's instincts, poaching home when everyone else in a Fulham shirt was dawdling in the area, and 2-0 was how the game finished in the end. Despite the best efforts of Johansson, Southampton looked very comfortable with everything in the expected onslaught towards the end of the game. After Tete's header went wide, you thought to yourself, this is definitely not going to be Fulham's day. And it was Southampton's 100% for them. Another big week for them. Problems for Fulham. They're 2-0 down. Everton and Sheffield United have been languishing in mid-table this season. Everton made a very good start, but at the moment have fallen away in recent games. Defensively, they look a little bit shaky. Ollie McBurney's finishing letting it down. But Everton do have James Rodriguez at the moment, and he proved to be a real key factor in the game. Despite the best efforts here of the defending, the finishing itself by Everton just wasn't crisp enough. Deserved a lot better for some of the football they played. And they did, however, play some excellent football. James Rodriguez deciding to hit a long-range effort just wide. And you thought to yourself that there is the goal coming for Everton in this match. And it did arrive in the end. Early in the second half, James Rodriguez's low-curling effort beating Ramsdale and giving Everton the single goal. Not a weekend for fantastic finishes here, more a weekend of brilliant goalkeeping performances in the Premier League, and this game was no exception. Despite the best efforts of Sheffield United, McBurney missed an absolute sitter by all standards at the end of the game, and that was a result which is huge for Everton, moves them into the top half of the Premier League table. And Sheffield United is defeat again. Aston Villa and Crystal Palace lined up, with Villa having a good run of form at Villa Park in recent zones, but there has been signs of revival at Crystal Palace. Trezeguet's left-footed shot firing past the goal. Aston Villa continue to force their chances. John McGinn winning the ball in the end of Andreas Townsend. Looked to be hitting one of his trademark efforts, but it was well blocked by Scott Dan. And that proved to be the killing point for Aston Villa in the end. While they made chances, they just weren't clinical with them. McGinn's effort here well parried away by Vincent Gator. And that allowed Crystal Palace to eke forwards. Jara Reedwald, signed on loan, brought in to Wilfred Zaha. His low ball was picked up by Batshuayi that beat Tyrone Mings at the near post and put Crystal Palace 1-0 up. A lead they were to hold for the rest of it. Michy Batshuayi hasn't quite been the player that people thought he was signed, but the Crystal Palace captain Luka Miljovic definitely has been. His free kick was fantastically well hit, but ended up canicking off Martinez's crossbar. But with Jack Grealish, you always have a chance. His effort was hit, and Vincent Gator had to improvise and use his feet to palm it away. Crystal Palace winners, Aston Villa beaten at home. So here are all the results for the Premier League fixtures today. Arsenal and Chelsea playing out the highest scoring draw today. Wasn't a great day for goals, no side scoring more than 3. Thankfully though, we do have the highest scoring game in the Premier League this season. Biggest shots, well, you'd probably say Newcastle's win at the Etihad stands out. At the same time, Leicester's fantastic comeback. And then there's Burnley's win at Leeds United. Bottom half of the table, West Ham United have crawled out after that. West Brom, Fulham and Brighton made the relegation points. Southampton be delighted for their win as they climb a little further. As does Burnley. Wolves, Arsenal and Sheffield United are in danger of falling into a relegation dogfight. Liverpool have a 4-point lead in the Premier League over Manchester City and Manchester United. Just 10 points separates the top 6. Leicester themselves in 6th place. Chelsea give up their Champions League spot at the moment to Tottenham Hotspur as opposed to goal difference. Leeds United remain 7th despite their defeat. Newcastle United, Everton and Aston Villa are all sides on the rise. Well, we're back next with a midweek sports night here on the Premier League during our Christmas coverage. Our main game we'll cover that day will be Newcastle United versus Liverpool. Famous game once played between those two sides. Might have been 4-3. Dunno. Love it if it was the same. Love it. Plus always we'll have all the goals played in this week's Premier League fixtures. Well, another Christmas Day episode of Match Today is in the books. If you ask me though, live football on Christmas Day, that would definitely boost your TV ratings. Not some repeat of Mrs. Brown's Boys, I'll tell you that. I'm not going to get started. Folks, from all of us here at Trevor Sports, to our commentary team that has provided you, Mrs. Gubber, Mr. Gubber, Mr. Motson, and Mr. Tilsley, and myself, we want to thank you very much for all the support and help that you have given us this year. It's been our pleasure to bring you these episodes, and we continue to do so at the Christmas standpoint here in the Premier League. We're nearly at the halfway mark of a season that could go right to the wire. Only one place to watch the conclusion of this, and that's right here. So make sure you've got those notifications button pressed, you've got your subscription button pressed, and you get ready, because the Premier League always kicks on in the second half of the year. However, you take care and happy Christmas.